I believe that if there's a fourth spot between Oklahoma and Ohio State competing for that fourth seed to be able to go up against Alabama, I believe that it should go to Oklahoma, and I believe that it should go to Oklahoma because, like you just alluded to, they have the best loss, the Texas, and if you look at the college at the championships in the conference, they're gonna have the best win. Northwestern is a good team, but that's not going to be a better win than Texas. So Oklahoma is going to have another thing to add to their resume. I don't care if Ohio State wins against Northwestern, sort of like how they won against Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship, where they just ran all over them and got that final spot and looked really good. I don't even care if they win 70-0. I believe that Oklahoma will have the better cap off to the season with a better resume and a better win in the conference championship, and I believe that that fourth spot should go to Oklahoma.
Notre Dame 3-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Heisman Trophy presentation
Are you ready?
tonight?
Are you ready?
Who should win?
Are you ready?
Kyler,
Are you ready?
Tallulah,
Are you ready?
Dwayne,
Are you ready? Are
Dwayne,
you ready?
Kyler,
Tonight.
Tallulah,
Are
Dwayne,
you ready?
Kyler,
Are you
Tallulah,
ready?
Dwayne,
Tallulah.
Kyler, Tallulah,
Dwayne,
Dwayne, Kyler,
Kyler,
Tallulah, Dwayne, Kyler,
Kyler,
Tallulah,
are you ready?
Dwayne,
Are you ready?
Kyler,
Are you ready?
Tallulah,
Are you
Dwayne,
ready?
Dwayne,
Let's go.
Kyler,
Let's go.
Tallulah,
Let's
Dwayne.
go. Let's go.
What's good? It's your boy Real Lil, and I am back to do another live stream, giving my predictions on who should win and who possibly will win the Heisman Trophy tonight on, I believe it's ABC's, one of those channels, ESPN probably, I don't know, one of those channels, right? But definitely before I get into this live, I need y'all, whoever's listening, to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you can get the notifications on when I do live streams on your favorite and latest sports. Definitely go ahead and do that. Definitely check out my last couple of videos that I dropped. Very, very, very good shows. Definitely check that out. But now, who should win the Heisman tonight? Your three finalists are Dwayne Haskins, quarterback from Ohio State; Kyler Murray, quarterback from Oklahoma, the Sooners. Okay, Tua. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm not even gonna try. I ain't even gonna look bad for the live. But quarterback from Alabama. Those are your three Heisman finalists as of right now. Who is going to be one of those three guys is going to take home that Heisman Trophy. Now, who I think should win? Well, let's look at the tail of the tape here. I'm not just going out for it, come with it. You know what I'm saying? I got to build some hype. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do on TV shows. I'm going to do the same thing. Otherwise, I would have a 2-minute live, and that's a waste of daggone time. So you know what? Let's look at the tail of the tape here. Let's start with Tallulah, right? Tallulah, we all know about his road to success. Obviously, the national championship of last year when Jalen Hurts went down with an injury, right? Well, actually, he didn't go down with an injury. My fault. Nick Saban pulled him out of the game as Alabama was on their way of losing that game to Georgia in the national championship game. And out came Tallulah and immediately threw a touchdown pass to win the game in overtime. So Tallulah came and did his thing, and ever since then, you know, he was a starting quarterback. And Alabama's offense has looked great this whole season. And when do we ever see Alabama's offense this good? Normally, when Alabama wins their national championships, obviously because they're a dynasty, Nick Saban, I mean, he's a great coach. I personally don't like the cat, but, you know, I can't knock the fact that he's a great head coach. And he built something there in Alabama, which is crazy because, all right, let's be real here. Alabama, you know, that's not the most inviting city or town or state rather for black people. So to be able to get a lot of black people to go all the way to Alabama to build a dynasty, I don't know how in the hell he pulled that off. Because if I was a college football recruit, ain't no way in hell, I don't care how good that franchise is, ain't no way in hell you getting me to move to Alabama. I'm sorry. You're not getting me to move down there. So what Nick Saban has done to get a lot of these black NFL ready type players to come to Alabama is nothing short of spectacular. And I'm keeping it real. Y'all know when you tune in the live, I always keep it real. That's what I do. You can't take the real out real. All right? I'm keeping it real. So, but anyway, Tulua has performed really great this year. And it makes Alabama scary. Alabama's undefeated. I don't think they're going to be beat, if I'm being real with you. If you tune into the Mike and Lil Keeping It Real show, our final episode, I made my predictions, on the championship game, who's going to win, obviously. And I think it's Alabama. Alabama, their defensive line is crazy. Alabama's defensive line and defense in general has always been good, but they never had an offense. When you look at the guys like that, in the past, like Greg McElroy, freaking Jake Coker, all these other quarterbacks, they wasn't all that at all. At all. They offense sucked. It's just that their defense was so good. They had the running backs, obviously. You see what the running back, see what Derrick Henry just did the other night against the Jaguars. Almost had like 300 yards of rushing. That's crazy. But they was able to use what they did well, which was run the football and play good defense to win championships. Now, what makes them scary is that they got a whole offense to go along with that. And I don't see a team beating them. Tulua is a very big part of that because he is a good quarterback and he has been doing things this whole year. All right? So let's look at his stats here. 3,353 yards, 37 touchdowns with only 4 interceptions. He went half the season without throwing an interception until that LSU game. In a game in which he still had a good game. So Tulua, he's good. And he's well deserving of being in that discussion because ever since he has come onto the scene from that national championship, Alabama has been untouchable. They barely had any close games this year. I believe that national championship was like they probably only close game. They probably had one other close game, and it wasn't even that close at the end. But Georgia had their chance of winning that game. They blew it, and I'm happy the committee didn't put them in there because even though I think Georgia is a top 4 team, they had the opportunity. They were up 28-14 with a chance to go up 31-14. And they blew it the same way they blew it in the national championship. They had the opportunity. They lost. Screw it. Oklahoma got that spot. And now, since we bringing up Oklahoma, let's go to Kyler Murray. Obviously, the Big 12, they known for their offense. And Oklahoma's offense has been dynamic. Kyler Murray, very accurate with the ball. There's discussions on whether or not he's coming out of the league. I mean, he's coming to the football league or the baseball league. Obviously, he has a passion for both sports. What a good situation to be in. Either way, you're going to be making money. But he has been doing his thing offensively. And, Oklahoma defense sucks. And Oklahoma had the opportunity to lose a lot of games in the Big 12 this year with that terrible defense. But Kyler Murray and that offense just outscored other teams. And that's what it came down to. Can you outscore Oklahoma? And a lot of teams wasn't able to do that. West Virginia had an opportunity to win the Big 12 championship. They couldn't get the last laugh. Oklahoma State had an opportunity. They couldn't point. Taylor Cornelius couldn't convert on a two-point conversion to win the game to Mike Wallace, who was wide open because he has no football mechanics whatsoever. But Kyler Murray, 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Obviously, one of the fastest running backs in college football. I mean, one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football. One of the fastest I've ever seen. He's doing his thing. Dwayne Hoskins, 4,580 yards, 47 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Obviously, he's doing his thing. Urban Meyer is set to retire. But, he has 6 400 passing yard games, the most in school history. And he has been doing his thing. Obviously, you saw what he did against Michigan, 62-39 with a win over Michigan. So they doing their thing. So now, who out these 3 should win the Heisman? They're all quarterbacks. Obviously, quarterbacks get the love. You see it in the NFL with the MVP voting, and you see it in college football. Honestly, I believe Kyler Murray is going to win tonight, and he should, because he has been spectacular throughout this whole year. And even though Tallulah has been consistent along with it, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Honestly, it's really a toss-up. 50-50 between Tallulah and Kyler Murray, in my opinion, with Hoskins in the outside looking in. 50-50. You can go either. You can make the case for either one. But I go Kyler Murray. He do for more yards than Tallulah. Do for more touchdowns. Obviously, do a little bit more interception. But I go with Kyler Murray to win this. They have been the best offense in the Big 12, Oklahoma. And, I just think that Kyler Murray is well deserving to win this Heisman Award, especially because Oklahoma's defense was so terrible and they had a chance to lose way more games than what they lost. And a big reason why they didn't was because of Kyler Murray. He can beat you with his legs. He has, he's a better overall quarterback, in my opinion, than Tallulah is. And like I said, he made plays with his legs that were highlight plays, and he makes plays with his arm. He's very accurate with the football. So I think Kyler Murray takes home the cake tonight with the Heisman Trophy, being the Heisman Trophy winner, honestly. So let me know what y'all think. And not to mention, he had an excellent Big 12 championship game too, where he threw for 379 yards, 25 of 34 passing, 3 touchdowns, and 39 rushing yards against Texas. And he won the Davion O'Brien Award Thursday nights. Most people who win that award end up winning the Heisman, so we'll see. But let me know who you think should win the Heisman, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and get the latest updates on when I do these live streams. Because I'm very frequent with it, and I will be going on vacation in a few days, so I'm going to definitely be consistent 1, 2, 3 with these live streams. I even got a couple live streams that I did, or a couple videos that I did that I haven't even dropped yet, that is just on my phone waiting for me to drop. So I'm very consistent with it. I love what I do, and definitely, after you leave this live, check out the last 2 videos, the last 2 shows of my radio show that I did with Mike, our final episode together, and the Real Lil Show season finale. Definitely check that out. And with that, I'm out. Enjoy the night. Enjoy the Heisman Trophy presentation. And if you watch unboxing tonight, which I will be doing the same thing too, flipping back and forth, enjoy the fight, Lomachenko. So with that, I'm out. One love.